Hi there. Over the past 10 to 15 years, we've seen the level of ATO audit activity in terms of sophistication has increased quite significantly. The federal government has realised that the ATO are the best data gatherers out of all the departments, and they have a lot of data. In a recent interview, outgoing ATO Commissioner Chris Jordan said that they have 50 petabytes of data on hand. In the old school, that's about 1 billion with a B tall filing cabinets of data. The ATO has been employing computer programmers and engineers over the many years to develop data mining capability. And this has resulted in the computer programs and computers doing the heavy lifting as opposed to people. As we're all aware, the shift to AI is in full swing, and understandably, the ATO is embracing this with gusto. From my experience, I have found that when the ATO initiates an audit, they often have most of the information and many of the answers on hand. What they're looking for is clarity, reasoning, and intention. Most importantly, they're looking for supporting documentation. It is important to have that documentation and your notes in place at the time you prepare those returns or you make those decisions, rather than waiting 1 or 2 or 3 years until the ATO initiates that audit, when we're having to try and go back through emails or old records, or we might have things on an old computer or laptop or something like that. And we've got to go trawling through to find that. It can be a nightmare. We also could be sitting there having to, think back to what our reasoning was for doing things. And this is where our notes around what we've done and why, just to support that documentation, is really important. What I would say to people is, we are seeing this audit activity really ramping up over the last probably 12 months. It really has stepped up a notch. And again, the sophistication, even in that last 12-month period, really is stepping up. If you are at all concerned that you have investments or expenses, or if you work in an industry or have a business in an industry that might be the target of ATO general audits, it would be worth considering putting in place some audit insurance. Now, I'm like everyone else, I hate insurance, but it is one of those things, you don't need it until you need it. And it can be a very bitter pill to swallow, an invoice from an accountant, tax agent, or tax lawyer to defend your position, to step things out for the ATO, particularly when you're in the right and all you have to do is set out for them, your supporting documentation and your reasoning as to why you've undertaken things. As I say, insurance is one of those things you don't need until you need it. Again, just bear in mind, do things at the time, take that extra step, make your notes, keep your supporting document in place, scan all of that, save it to a file. I'm sure you've got cloud storage somewhere. Save it so that you can have it in place and ready to go. If the ATO knocks on the door, we can handle that over to them and make that process as smooth as possible. I'm TC, and that's my 2 cents.